Our third speaker, this is a privilege for me. This is one of my idols. When I first came into the club last December, he was one of the most helpful people that I know in the club. And he's helped a lot of people here in this room. That's Jim Barber. As you know, Jim is a big fan of evaluations. He believes that evaluations are the single most useful part of the Toastmaster experience. Tonight's presentation is Project 5 from the basic manual titled Evaluation Made Easy. In this presentation, Jim will describe the simple steps that you can take to produce an effective evaluation. Please help me welcome ATM Gold Jim Barber.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. My fellow Toastmasters, our most welcome guests this evening. In many past meetings, I've extolled the virtues of evaluations. I've told you why evaluations are great. They're great for the club, they're great for individuals, they're great for the speaker, they're wonderful. But I've never told people how to do an evaluation. Now, it is described in the Toastmasters manual, and since this is being recorded, I'm not going to give you my total honest opinion of the Toastmasters manual. Let's just say that it tends to be long on theory and short on specifics. So I'm going to give you some specific suggestions this evening on how to do an evaluation. This is not the right way to do an evaluation. I don't think there is a right way. This is not the best way. That's a very subjective thing. I'm just going to tell you this is my way, and I think this is the easiest way to do an evaluation. So listen to this, see if it's something that might work for you. It's up to you. You're going to need before you do an evaluation, you're going to need 2 sheets of paper or 1 sheet of paper, front and back, blank, and a writing implement. That's it. Then, when your speaker gets up to speak, you listen. You do not listen for enjoyment, as much fun as that would be. You instead listen analytically. You listen not just to what they are saying, but you analyze why they are saying it. Why are they doing it a particular way? Why did they say something that way? Why did they say it at that particular time? And you're paying attention to the audience also. Did it work? Did they understand what the person was saying? Did it intrigue them? Did it entertain them? Did it work? And you're doing this for almost every sentence that the person says. Sounds like a lot of work, and frankly it is. But it's a wonderful skill to be able to listen analytically and analyze what someone is saying. While you are doing this, you take one of your sheets of paper and your pen and you start writing. Now the great thing is you can start the writing ahead of time, and that makes it easy. What you write down are things that you're going to be looking for, such as gestures, eye contact, body language, movement, vocal variety, vocal power and strength, vocabulary, simple things like that. As I say, you can list them ahead of time. The manual is also a good place to go to because it describes for each individual project what the person is supposed to be working toward. Simply look at that. They give you a checklist and you can go down and see these are the things that they should be doing. So you can list it ahead of time or you can list it while you're listening. It's up to you. And beside each of the things that you're commenting, put a little check mark or a little X. Check mark if they're doing it well, a little X if they need to work on that. And if possible, jot down why. For example, let's say someone is going through and they spend too much of their time speaking like this. Not a problem with that, but it's just not the best use of your gestures. So next to gestures, I would put a little X and I would write fig leaf next to it because the person is spending too much time in the fig leaf position. It's easy. All I had to write down was 2 words, fig leaf. next to the word gestures and a little check mark, and that's it. Do that for everything while you're listening to the speech. Jot down with a little check or a little X what the person is doing that they did especially well, or the things that the person did that they need to maybe work on. And that's it. When they get done, you are done with your first sheet of paper. That's all you have to do. Now it comes time for you to write your evaluation. You've got 15 minutes basically to write your evaluation in. This is one of the powers of evaluation. People say, oh, I don't have time to write a speech. Okay, you can write an evaluation in 15 minutes. That means you can write a 5 to 7 minute speech in about 30 minutes. So it doesn't do that once you've acquired the skill to doing this. So this is why, again, evaluations are so great. When you go to write your evaluation, again, let's make it easy. Across the top of the second page, you write MGE, MFTM-G, and a spec, and the name. Now what that is, it's the initials of Mr. General Evaluator, my fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Shoshana Zimaka. That's it. You're going to say the same thing every evaluation. You simply substitute the name of the person. After that, you indicate in a couple of words which project it is that the person is working on, what their objective was. It might be number 7, basic manual, research your topic. That's it. Then, in one sentence, in a couple of words, you write down, did they achieve their objective? Yes, you related gun control or something like that. Bingo, you're there. You only need to spend a sentence basically saying that you listened to the presentation and reminding everybody of what they heard. Then you go down from the first sheet of paper and you find the 2 or 3 things that the person did especially well. That's all. You don't need to go for everything. Just simply the 2 or 3 things that they did especially well, and write them down on the second sheet of paper. Gestures. So that you can say, one of the things I really liked about your presentation was your gestures. And then say why. Your gestures were open, your gestures were congruent with what you were saying, your gestures were very effective, or maybe I loved when you gave the gesture, you talked about the whole world and you did this, or I liked the finger guns that you had the gestures in. Give specifics. If you noted anything that they could do better, you only need one thing. Note the one thing that the person could do better, and simply note with a little X down there of what they did and how they could improve on that. End with a supportive and encouraging statement to encourage the person to come back and do the evaluation one more time, and you're done. Just like I'm done with this presentation. And that's it. That's how to do evaluations made easy.